am a psychologist,
Amazing.
and I am actually into this field from last 20 years. And I like to know and I like to learn from different people, from their perspectives. How can I grow myself? And I'm open to any teachings that is happy to share with me. So while going in the group, I today read about this mouth taping, and I instantly asked about what's that. And I then went into that video, and I found it very interesting. And it's really the fact that it's some 40 years back, like my grandmother thing. And as a kid, I practiced it for a few days, but then I said, no, I think you are just making me, it seems like some kind of punishment. So, grandmother, are you punishing me? She said, no, it's a very ancient technique where you can breathe well, and a lot of your body ailments and even your mind uh, can feel better when you're breathing through nose. And that's the best way to tape it. When today I saw your video, I am so grateful and thankful to whosoever posted in the group that the memories flashed and I could easily relate to what she was saying. And again, thank you so much. I will be doing it from today. And I will also be asking my clients to practice it further. So thank you so much, Alexandra, for creating this group. I am hugely in gratitude to what you are doing. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Yes, I can say a few words on that and mouse taping. Um, First of all, grandmothers are very often right. I think
True.
if we were to listen to children and grandparents, then I think the world would be in a better place. Unfortunately, there is something that happens between when we are children and before becoming grandparents.
Yeah,
That is the difficult part of life. But at the
right.
beginning, it's all good. At the end, it's all good. In the meantime, we are going through the struggle phase for some decades. Um,
Yes, yes.
the all these in many um, uh, in many traditions, in many cultures, and especially indigenous, when people have been on the land for a long time, and people who are connected to the earth, who are connected to the spirits, they when those grandparents are nursing the baby and the baby open the mouth, she will put the lips together and keep the
Yes,
mouth shut. And
yes.
when you ask an elderly why they do that, they say because they say two things. They say, "Oh, we don't want the bad spirits to come in,"
Mm-hmm.
and they also don't want the spirit of the dreams and whatever is going on to escape. So, and
Right.
that's just their tradition and their wisdom. But there is some truth to it. Unfortunately, we live now in a world where everything is about rationality, is about science. Science is the God, and we have kind of rejected spirituality with religion. We're just too scared of what religion has done all over the world, and we need to have proof of everything. So there is I will just mute you. So there is so much around wisdom coming from those ancestral practices, but we anchor into the science. So the science is the following: the mouth is connected to the sympathetic branch of the nervous system. The nose, the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. The mouth is more fight, flight activating. You know, when I'm scared, I'm going to be, and I'm relaxed. So, first of all, when you breathe through the nose, you're going to be more in a calming state. So, for people dealing with stress and anxiety, that's obvious that breathing through the nose will be very helpful. Now, imagine now if 8 hours a day you are during your sleep, you are breathing through the nose instead of the mouth. Well, that's a natural regulation of your nervous system, and you're doing nothing. You're just sleeping. I'm very lazy, so I love doing things that are very easy. And that's nothing easier than just putting a tape on your mouth and then just breathing through the nose. So that's number one. Number two, nose is a humidifier. The mouth is not. When you breathe through the mouth, you dehydrate. When you breathe through the nose, you maintain moisture, and that helps. It's like 40% difference between mouth and nose. That's why most people, when they wake up, they need to drink water first thing. And as we know, the two main reasons besides emotions of illnesses are lack of oxygenation of the cells, and we can talk about it. It's called building our CO2 tolerance. Our ability to maintain high level of CO2 in the body is key to health. And the second one is hydration. So if we are breathing through the nose, well, that's making sure that we are not dehydrating. If you're thirsty, means you're dehydrated. So those are really two amazing already benefits. So what I have found taping through my mouth is also that I remember my dreams better. I used to wear a Oura ring and measuring my REM sleep and NREM sleep, so my different phases of sleep, whether I was in very deep sleep or into more in the twilight, in between zone. And I find that I increase both, and I wake up remembering more vividly my dreams. So it's quite amazing to think that we have ways to have a little bit of a bridge to our dream state. And you, as a psychotherapist, you would know that there is such an incredible world to access, which is very hard. That's why we need, years of psychotherapy. But imagine that through those modalities, we get to access somehow a step closer to our subconscious and our unconscious. And
Yes.
that's pretty incredible. So now if you pair taping with journaling first thing as you wake up, then all of a sudden you really have an access to something very powerful. So those are some of the benefits. You will not wake up to go to the toilet as often. You can go through the
Yes.
night without peeing, which is after a certain age a problem for most humans. Um,
Mhm.
and it's very good for snoring, for sleep apnea, and asthma. So there are lots of physical, physiological, biological, emotional, spiritual benefits. And all you need to do is put a little tape on your mouth. Also, know that the nose is a filtration system. That's why we have those little hair in the nostrils called cilia. They're filtering the viruses, the bacteria, the pollen, the dust. And if we breathe through the mouth, we don't have that. We don't have this filtration system. It also brings the outside air temperature to the right body temperature. So it's healthier because if you are breathing through the mouth, you will not have this filtration system. So you can wake up with a sore throat if the air conditioning is on because the air was just too cold. So it will prevent you from getting sick from being too cold if you are sleeping in a cold environment. We don't sleep in 37-degree air. It would be too hot. So usually we sleep better in cold rooms. And that's another topic on how we produce melatonin, and melatonin is related to the temperature of the body. That's why we like to sleep in a cold environment. So imagine now, mouth taping is also an incredible way to prevent yourself from getting sick, whether it's from bacteria, viruses, or it's from a cold air. So you can mouth tape when you are in the plane in a confined environment, no matter what they tell you about the filtration of the air in the plane. I really recommend to tape and stay away from the horrible food they provide you anyway. And in any time you are in an enclosed environment, you're in the subway, you go to the movie theater, so having in your pocket a few pre-cut tapes because it needs to be easy, it needs to be readily available. That's a little hack that will bring some smiles around you. But when people look into it, it's pretty easy and pretty useful. It's also going back and finishing with a grandmother's story, bring you back to staying inside, the spirit is not coming out, the bad spirit is not coming in. So there is something about being more inside when you are breathing through the nose. There is something about accessing the lower part of your lungs, so breathing deeper, slower. There is, I could go on forever, but you get the picture. So I hope that answers, and I will post so people get to enjoy nose breathing when they are sleeping and many other moments of life. Maybe one last thing on it. We need to really highlight the fact that we access the emotions also through the mouth. So there is a space for nose breathing for functional and all those reasons. And then there is a moment for mouth breathing. And that's something we don't talk enough about. Like I've said it in my video that I recommend you watch on movement. But I consciously breathe through my mouth when I do breath work, when I'm in connection with someone to feel more their presence, whenever an emotion is bubbling that I need to release. You know, when you want to hold back on an emotion, you just breathe through the nose. This is how you contract it. And when you breathe through the mouth, wow, you release it. So that's it. That's my 2 cents on this topic. Any other question, friends, or anything you wish to share, Peter or RK? Okay, Alex, I have a question. I do every morning daily light, grounding, cold therapy, dancing, intermittent fasting, gratitude, using Sananga. Wow, to conclude this habit. Sananga is really powerful. It's drops you put in your eyes. I don't know if you use it this way, but it's pretty insane clearing of your systems. And but as I hear you talking about taping my mouth while sleeping, my problem is that when I go to sleep, I forget this habit. What are the effective tools, in your opinion, to remind yourself of the habit? Oh, okay. Hmm. The science of habits is pretty out there that you need to make it easy. Like if I want to go to start a running, it's easier if my shoes are ready and my socks are ready by the bed. So I do that. I put them in the evening and I wake up in the morning and I don't have to have the friction of looking for my shoes or my socks. Otherwise, I have excuses to not do it. Similarly, the moment you think about it, which is like right now, you could just prepare your tapes and have them with your bedside table. So you make them part of your routine, or you can place them next to your toothbrush. So that's also the last thing you're going to do. You brush your teeth, you have a sip of water, and then you put your tape. So you need to make it easy. You need to make it available. And if it's complicated, if you need to think about it, that's going to be complicated. But if it's just there, and then that's it. That's gonna make it way easier for you. Thank you, RK.